Welcome. Share sponsor Louis Nishmas our Makashom Labas Yitzchok. We're holding in Basra Daf Kuf Samech. Starting the new parak Get Pashut. Very interesting to point out that Toises says right away in the beginning, this parak doesn't belong over here. This parak is more fitting to be in Maseches Gittin. And in Maseches Gittin, we have a parak which is fitting to be over here. It's parak in Ezekiel. Ezekiel, Ezekiel, that has to belong to Satan Ezekiel. So they turn around. So Toises says, Agavucha, we said that, Agavucha, we said that. So the Sfarim bring, the practice they show you, you think you're Noshim, so you're not dealing with Ezekiel. So, you always have, the Torah is all connected. It's all one mikshachas. So you one place, you another place, it's all one big thing. So we have a get pasha in the middle over here. But, well, exactly. Zog the Mishnah. Get pashut, eido mitoichoi, mikusher, eido me'achoyer. What is there's a get pashut and get mikusher. So get pashut is a regular get. Now we're going to see in the Gemara, this applies not only to a get, but also to a shtar. Because every shtar is called also get. The lashon get can be used for shtars as well. A regular shtar, a regular document that's written in the regular way, a date, the document itself, and then you have the signatures in the bottom. That's called pashut. Mikusher is they fold it. They have the folded one. What's the folded one? The folded one is that every line that you write in the get, you have to fold it, and then you have to sew it, close it up. And we'll see in the Gemara the reason they did it is because Kohanim get very angry. So they say Kohanim gets very angry. I have Kohanim over here. So Kohanim, and they may divorce their and they might divorce their wife. They might divorce their wife, suddenly. And if they divorce their wife, they can't take it back. So they made the process of writing a get a little harder. And that's the get mikusher. So again, let's see. Get pashut, eidim mitoichoi, mikusher, eidim me'achoyer. So the get pashut, eidim, or in the get. And mikusher or me'achoyer, we'll see the one's going to discuss it more in detail, but basically it's behind the get. Pashut, shekosu, eidov, me'achoyer. Or mikusher, shekosu, eidov, mitoichoi. Let's say they did the opposite. Shtei psulim, they're both going to be pasul. The pashut is going to be pasul because it has to be written in the get. And the mikusher will be pasul because it's supposed to be written in the back. The mikusher that he wrote the get in the bottom, it's okay because you could stop making mikusher. Just make it instead of being a mikusher. Right now it's tied up and folded line by line. Just open it up, make it one big shtar, and then and you could turn it back to be a pashut. We'll see that more in the Gemara. What do you mean? If you require a mikusher, you decide not to have a mikusher, but to do a pashut instead. Right? The Tosis, we're not going to go into the Tosis right now. Tosis saying, regarding applying and changing, how does that work?
What determines what's pashut and what's mikusher?
Pashut is the fact that it's tied up.
No, but you could do it. It's optional, or there's.
Oh, so that's what the Gemara gets. L'chur Kohanim are required to do it mikusher. L'chur.
In the shave it.
What?
Shave it.
And then shave it. Shave the Kohanim. L'chur, yeah. I don't know if maybe the Gemara will figure out through the other sugyas. Maybe there's another concept of doing it. The Shevet Kahuna has to do it. Shaila is what happens if they decide to do it differently. They decide as a kohen, decides I'm not going to do it. Is it be kosher or not?
Isn't that involved with all that?
What do you mean?
In different ways. If you switch in the middle, like you said.
Oh, so the churah from our Mishnah, the churah that's the nekudas of machlekes. He decided if it was originally meant to be mikusher, he did it as mikusher, but he wrote it inside. Is that a good enough because you could change it back or not? So the Elbi the churah the machlekes here between Reb Chanina ben Gamliel and Tanakama. Right. So we'll see in the Gemara what is it coming to tell us. What is it coming to explain? What is it coming to argue? Now, gate pashut, eidov shnaim. How many eid do you have to sign in a regular shtar? 2 eidim. Umekushor b'shloishim. It's be 3. Pashut shekosu b'yadechot. You are missing 1 eid. That's clear. Then it's going to be pashut because you don't have 2 eidim. But the chiddush is even mekushor shekosu b'shtei eidim. It's shtei psulim because mekushor requires you to have 3 eidim, not 2 eidim. Okay, b'seidim. So we have the main clothing. A lot of these details of the Gemara, of the Mishnah, will be discussed in the Gemara. Let's start with the Gemara. It says the Gemara, Minan Emili. How do we know that there's such a thing called the get mekusha. Meaning that we have two types of stars. One star is a star. There's a get pashut. The other was a get mekusha. How do we know it? Before we go on in the Gemara, just let's see one thing over here. What does it mean? How do you write it? How exactly get mekusha works? The Rashbam says the following. Look at the Bura Matche mekusha eidem me'achayuv. Rashbam says like this. Koisev shita. He writes a line. You leave open a line empty. And then what do? He takes the written letters and he folds it and puts it on the empty one. And then after he folds it, he's toifer. Right? So he's writing a line, leaving it open, and folding the written one on the cholok. Then he writes another line, and he leaves another line open, and he folds the next line on the next one, right? So it becomes that it looks like the paper turns out to be. They have a little picture on the side, but it's actually easier to figure it out. Maybe article has a better picture. Say, it goes like squares. It's all squares. So you're folding it. The next line you're folding, the next one you're folding. That's what Rashbam learns. You have to have in every kesher, and every knot, every line that's tied up, you have to have an 8 sign over here. Right? Now the Rashbam adds on and says the toifer shtar kosuf kuloi kein poshut. Meaning the toiref, which is the ikar shtar, let's say by I get is shemaish, vayisho, and the mokoim, that you do that folded part. But then the other details of the shtar, they're written as a regular shtar. And that's why we call pashut. It's the pashut part of the mekusha.
So where are they signing?
Oh, so we'll see in the Gemara exactly where they're signing. That's what we're going to discuss. Just to finish the Rashbam, look, feel called kefil from the outside. Kefil stands on its own. Here, bechutz kefil can cases a sefer kazet. There's a little space between each shot. We'll see that as we get to the Gemara. That's what Rashbam learns. The one Nikudi is that there is many shittas in the Rishonim exactly how the Mekusha is being done. One big machlekes against the Rashbam is the Rashbam holds you can leave one line open. So the chashash is that's what Tais is very busy with. Other Rishonim, what do you mean? If you leave a line open, what about ziyuf? You could write in the middle of something else. One easy answer is, but if you have it structured in a way, if you have something in the middle, it's very nikar. But the Rashbam learns you leave one line open. Then you don't leave a line open. You just fold it, take a regular get of a shtar, and you fold it between the lines with the regular spacing that you have between in a regular get.
What if you fold 4 times inside it 2 times?
So that's called a get kireach. That's what the Rashbam mentions. Get kireach, learn in the morning get it. And that's a get puzzle. Kireach is puzzle. I mean, you have more ksharim than edim.
It's like ball.
Yeah, so you have one line, one area which is missing here. So then it's gonna be a puzzle. So how do we know that we have such a thing getting a kosher? Oh, so let's see. That's what the Gemara is going to bring. The Gemara is starting with a mahalach that seems to be deraisa. Omar Chanino Doma Kos Sodois Bekesev Yikru in deraisa or at least Tive Kabbalah. Sodois Bekesev Yikru v'Kasoyim b'Sefer v'Chasoyim. So that's the pasuk in Yirmiyah, the famous pasuk regarding stars. So Sadois, because if you could do the sefer, you write in the sefer, says the word of Kufsamach Hamud Beis, the pasuk. V'chasoim, right? In other words, why chasoim? There says Rashbam, Loshen chasum, it's tied up. Loshen saru v'chasum, tied up. It's a bit kosher,
sewn.
right? Even though it says chasoim, but Loshen chasum.
You say that it's sewn.
What?
It's sewn or just folded?
So it's sewn, right? Sewn. That means it's closed up. That's the loshen chosum. V'hed shnayim. It says v'hed edim. So v'hed the shnayim. Edim shloishim. You have 2 and you have 3. Haketzat. Shnayim the pashut. Shloishim the bekosher. 2 edim more for the regular stars. Shloishim for the bekosher. Says the Gemara. V'hed puchado. Who said? In other words, every time you have 8, edim means 2. So right, 80 means 2. So now I have over here the 80. Why have to 8 means 2? So what do you mean 8? So 8 means 2. The extra word 80 tells you shloisha. So the Gemara, who said who said? So we have what the pasuk says 280, the pasuk says 380. How do you know the 2 is for the pasuk or the 3 is for the bekusha?
Just like it says 8 dim, so you think it's 4.
I hear. Okay, we're just 80 means 2, but like the fact that you say v'hoet 80, why need to say an extra word? The extra word is another 8. I hear the arba. So he says, maybe we'll say it's 3 for the pasha, 2 for the bekosher. Meaning, because you have another requirement, you need to have ksharim, so it makes sense that in other words, it goes together. It's a get which requires you to do more. Rafram is another pasuk. Ve'kach et sefer hamakne esachosum hamitzvo ve'achukim ve'esagoli. That's what the lashon pasuk by Yirmiyah. Ve'kach et sefer hamakne is a pasuk, regular shtar. Yes. What?
If it's only 280, then yeah, it goes well or not?
But the kosher, no. The kosher, no. That's what we saw in the Mishnah. So he says like this: Karatza Avak is a pashut, regular shtar. It's a chosum, is a mekusher. Right? Again, chosum was closed. It's a golui, is a pashut shem mekusher. The Rashba mentioned to us, you have some of the shtar, which is just regular shtar, which is not tied up. That's the according to the Rashba, that is the toifes. Hamitzvah ve'achukim elu dvarim. Because there's a part of the shtar which is not folded. Even the folded one, there's a part which is not folded. Right? So what is that? That is the pasuk shebekosher. Galui is the lashon pasuk. The pasuk says the lashon pasuk is Vayikach etzir habaknes achosu habitzvah achukim ve'esagoli. That's the lashon pasuk. So you dash in every word of the pasuk. So Gali refers to the pasuk shebekosher, which means the part of the bekosher which is not folded up. So Hashman said there's a part that you fold, the part you don't fold. So the part that you don't fold, that's the Gali.
And listen, but none of this is talking about again, right? It's psukim.
Oh, very good. So let's get to that in a moment. So the Gemara says, what's the mitzvah? There's a difference between pasuk and bekosher. What is the difference? This has 280, this has 380. This 80 were on the shtar, there's 80 were back of the shtar. Maybe 380 were the other one. It says the Gemara, because there's more that things are tied up, so there's more 80. In other words, because I require more, it makes sense that the more 80 were required for that shtar.
You don't know whether it's in front or the back.
Right. We don't not answering the question. It's a good point. That is a very good point. That we know the word is just asking, how do I know it's 3, not 2? But how do I know it's the back and not the front? The chura, as we'll see in a moment, it's a svara, because you're tying it up, so I have what to write in the back. Okay. Another pasuk. Till now, it's interesting. We saw Divrei Kabbalah. Now we're reading a pasuk in the Torah. So im tiskayim edusa b'shnayim la peredcha kol b'shloisha. Torah said 2, now you say 3. Why 2 or 3? If it's 2, of course 3. So the pasuk here is not telling you how mekusher is done, but you have 280 for this, 280 for this. Let me turn it around again. Because you have more ksharim, in other words, the same answer, you're requiring more, you give more 80. So how can we brought different psukim to give me a ride to this? I said, Moral, this is what the pasuk teach you. Each one of them has its own reason why I break the pasuk. Look at the Tanya, as we learned. It says to buy shtaris, and you write a shtar. What the shtar tells you? It's a toiva kabashulon. It's a toiva. You should write a shtar. Don't just rely on the 80. Right?
That karka is nicknamed.
So I think what we said there, because the karka nikah because we saw by Ephraim, and the chasayvus and chatoivus for that part, even though they do have, yeah. That says the Yirmiyah took the Maise. It was just that's the psukim. Yirmiyah just said I did what I was supposed to do. What about the pasuk of Pishtayim Eidim or Pishloisha Eidim? Haki Shloisha Lishtayim Plug Der Bekiver Rabbanon. That's in the Gemara in Maseches Makis. The 3 and 2 are the same. I don't remember exactly the sugya there, but then you do a hekesh legabe when you have a psul for some of them. How does that affect the whole group? But you learn Maki Shloisha Lishtayim. The machlekes I don't learn it, so that's why I have a Pishloisha Pishtayim. Hello, so the Gemara says all these psukim I need for something else. Ela mekusha midirabanon. It's a din dirabanon. The cry asmachto be'almo. The psukim are asmachto be'almo. That's all they are. It's not an ikod josh of the pasuk. It's an asmachta just to learn from the pasuk. Says the Gemara, "V'tayim emai tikir rabbanon mekusha." Why do we have a kusha? Asra de Koyani Avu. It's a place of Koyani. So it could be it's not only in the Shevet, it's in a location. V'havu kab. Sorry, okay. Oh, v'havu kabdi Koyani Tuva and the v'havu kabdi Tuva. The Koyanim are they get very angry. When we get shari, they divorce their wives. Have their abundant takanto. The minute takana, the word that they hachi yasidatayu. Now as they're getting upset, writing a get, until they write it, they relax and calm down. So we're very good at Gittim. So that makes the whole sense by Git. Shtaros, Michael, and as the Shmuel Aaron mentioned, the whole Gemara before, we talked about Psuki by Shtaros, not by Gittim. So, and Shmuel says, and as the Rashbam and you say right away in the beginning of the parak, when it says get Pashut, it doesn't mean after get, it means the Shtar as well. Says the Gemara, Techalik ben Gittim Shtaros. We're not going to come to be Mechalik. In other words, we want to have a standard. And it comes to Fertosis over here. Shat is that in that location, all the shtaros were done Mekusher. Because I start doing a regular shtar on Mekusher, you're not going to do the get either Mekusher. So the standard shtar in this place was Mekusher. That's what it was. The Atkei Kas, meaning the Kohanim got upset with their wives. Because of that, they did everything. It's a whole complication. To write a regular document of Dini Mamre, it goes that way.
Well, just in that Asra, though, no? It's not.
Yeah.
And there's no chad. They make a get Makusha or a shtam Makusha for every transaction.
Oh, so that's a good question. They say it's said to be a varied. Is Kohanim in general need to do it or not?
I mean, for every shtam.
Oh, so where exactly does it apply? Not to be a varied. This is something still to be oimed on. Where exactly does this apply? Where says Asra to Kohanim? Asra to Kohanim means that's only Asra to Kohanim or not?
Why would they be angry by the other stars?
What?
Why would they have a problem?
No, they don't. But because of a get, so they did all the stars that way. Uniform is there. Right. Okay, it says the Gemara, let's start now the Sugya. It says the Gemara like this. Hey, where exactly the Eidim side? Between the Kshar, between the nuts. The Gemara understands now that it is inside. Meaning, what you do is, they write the Shar, and that where the Gemara understood the Haman and Pashta says, immediately below it, you sign the Eidim, and then you fold it on top of the Eidim. So the Eidim aren't in between, but they're covered. So the Kesh is not left out. Kesh means as the Kesh is coming up out, that's where it is.
So the blank space was for the signing of the Eidim?
According to the Rashbam, that's what's going to happen. Right in between the lines. Right? Okay. No, you write it behind the ksav. In other words, you turn it around and you sign behind the ksav on top of the writing. Between the ksharim, but inside the shtar. There was the story. There was Mekusher. So he didn't recognize the Ken Mekusher. It's interesting. Rebbe did not recognize this Ken Mekusher. And he looks at it and he says, where's this man? Shimon his son told him, the Rebbe, Shimon ben Kshor Mufla. You have to open the Kshor. How you have the Chazir? He opened it up, he saw it. Very strange story. Rebbe did not know what a Ken Mekusher is. No, but Rebbe is not to be Yisrael. I mean, he didn't know Mekusher. What's that?
He wasn't the guy, no.
But he says I don't know where, I don't know. Shevet Yehuda. Shevet Yehuda. Yeah, Shevet Yehuda. So he said that he didn't see it. So he says, open it up and you'll find this man. If Rebbe did not recognize the shtar, and he couldn't find this man, so he couldn't find the Eidim either. He couldn't find anybody because he sees a blank shtar. So why didn't he ask for the Eidim? Meaning they sign behind also, but the question is where behind? You sign behind the line of the shtar, wherever the shtar is written, so you sign behind it, or between the lines behind. The location where it is.
That's an addition too?
In addition to what? To signing inside? No, you don't sign inside.
Oh, so this is where they sign.
So he saw it.
Yeah.
And that's where
So he saw the Eidim in the back, but he didn't see this man. Says the Gemara, meaning if you don't have Eidim in the bottom, inside, So then, what's going to happen? You have a blank shtar. So what you should do is, he's going to add a few things, and then he's going to sign 18. Or in other words, he's going to write inside whatever he wants. You have 18 there, sign on the shtar. The end of the shtar, it says, Akol Shor V'Kayim. We know that, right? When they write the ksuva. Akol Shor V'Kayim. That's it, it's end of the shtar. Okay, maybe it will be Shor V'Kayim twice. So one Chad Shor V'Kayim Kasvinon, Trey Shor V'Kayim Loy Kasvinon. If it stays twice, it's a problem here. Only once. So he will erase it. And he's going to write Shor V'Kayim in the bottom. So more than that, we have a solution. What's the solution? What's the sometimes when they write the shtar, they had a word which was written wrong. They had to fix it. So they erased it and fixed it. And what did they write? They wrote it on top. They took the line, they wrote it on top. It's called tluyo. It's not in the line, it's above the line. And then, right, look at the last Rosh Bab in the Amud. Ta Soifer, so he made a mistake. He fixed it. He put like a word in between the lines. In the Kiyum, he writes, you should know it's fine. We have here a fix it was, that's okay. So tell you Mikuyamis, if it's hang, the word, and it's Mikuyam, Shehu. So we have Kuf Samachalaf on top. Mochak Pasul, V'hava Bishibikuyam. If it's Mochak Pasul, if it's erased, then it's Pasul. Why? Maybe the guy mean a Feilishtik over here. Even though it's Mikuyam. Amru says the Gemara, Mochak Pasul el b'makom Shor V'Kayim k'shio Shor V'Kayim. Meaning, it's only in a place. What's the problem? Maybe here he took at the bottom of the shtar, and then he added a few more things. He says, by the way, Shmer owes me $1 million. So if it's a place where Shor V'Kayim couldn't be written, and it's erased, so you say maybe it was Shor V'Kayim over here. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to copy it. And it has to be a sheer, enough space to write Shor V'Kayim. But if it's a machak of only one letter, so clearly it wasn't written Shor V'Kayim, or it's in a place at the beginning of the shtar, so then you don't have a problem. Let's see those Rosh Bam over here, and this will end. He says, Machak Apostle, first Rosh Bam in the Amud, Mashigia Olav Abi Shevekuyam. Kedafash Roza Shoitza Machak B'Seif HaShtar, it's the end of the shtar, B'Moko Shayachol Lo Ima Shayakoso Bo Shor V'Kayim. It's possible Shor V'Kayim was written over there. Kegoin Boso B'Monah the Kosher Mikabeh. It says, yeah, we did a kinyan, and afterwards it's Kosher V'Kayim. Maybe he erased it and then he wrote Shor V'Kayim again. But it's in the middle of the shtar, before you wrote what is necessary to make the shtar into a good shtar. So the Gemara right now is saying, what about the chashash of ziyuf? So the Gemara says right now it says Shor V'Kayim, it ends the shtar. So, and we make sure there's no machak, there's no erasing in the shtar. So I know the shtar is sent over here, and that's how we know it. And now the Gemara is going to continue on to figure out the next shita. So still in the middle, so we just started the sugi over here, exactly where the Eidim or Chayspim.